in Glendalough. Now, Glendalough actually means it comes from the Irish, the valley of the two lakes. And Glen means valley and loch is lakes. So it is very famous for, because of its connection with St. Kevin. St. Kevin was the monk who in the 6th century founded a monastery here in Glendalough. He came from quite an important family who lived in Dublin, and Kevin was destined to be a holy man. And when he was young, his parents had found 3 teachers, holy men, to teach him. And it did look as if he was destined to become a monk or a priest. But Kevin wanted to honour God in his own way. He wanted to be a hermit. He wanted to come and to live in a holy place, in a secluded place, away from the hurly-burly of everything else. And he came to this really beautiful valley of the two lakes, and he found a cave in the valley, higher up in the valley, and he began to live there. Now, word spread that there was a holy man, a young holy man living in the area, and other people who wanted to honour God in the same way came to Glendalough, and they wanted to live with him. Now, there's lots and lots of stories associated with St. Kevin, but what's really important is that after St. Kevin founded the monastery here in the 6th century, the monastery grew and became a very, very important monastic site. There's lots of stories associated, nice stories associated with St. Kevin. For example, that he was very good looking. He was also somebody who had a great affinity with people and with animals. One particular story which I quite like is one day he was praying in one of the lakes, and he was standing in the form of a cross and with his hands outstretched, and a bird landed in his outstretched hand and built their nest in his hand. And Kevin, because he was so considerate of everything in nature, he didn't want to move his hand, so he let the bird build his nest and lay the eggs, and Kevin did not move from the lake, from that cold lake, with his hands outstretched until the young fledgling birds had come out of their shells and flown away. The buildings that you see today, and in the background you can see the round tower and one of the ruins of the cathedral. They are buildings in stone, so they would not have been here when St. Kevin founded the monastery. At that time, all the buildings were wood, and there's very little remaining of it. But the round tower is one of the symbols that you associate with Glendalough, and it's a typical round tower which is found in monastic sites or holy places in Ireland, and they're quite unique to Ireland, round towers. When I say that, there are 2 in Scotland, and there's one on the Isle of Man. Often hear that they were used in time of refuge, because as the monastery grew, it became very attractive for marauders or plunderers, and it was then an attractive place to plunder, because of they had rich workshops who had a lot of metalwork, chalices, possibly also valuable manuscripts, and they would have needed a place of safety in times of attack. And of course, who attacked them are, well, we're told those awful Vikings, when they arrived in Ireland, attacked a lot of monasteries. But that is, so the round tower would supposedly have been used as a place of refuge in times of attack. But actually, that has been disputed, that theory that that's what the round towers were used for, and that more people would say that they were actually bell towers. Because if you go back to the Irish description or the Irish term for a round tower, it is in fact a bell tower. And from there, the monks would have gone up with a little handbell, rung the bell, and would have then the monks would have known when it was time for prayer.